George Kirby was bad. The defense was bad. The batting was bad. Everything was bad. Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show, where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and we are here to do a Mariners recap. The Mariners lose 0-8 to the Cleveland Guardians, in which George Kirby had his worst start ever in his career, and everything else was bad too, just horrible. In fact, we will look at George Kirby first to get that out of the way, because I don't imagine this is going to happen very often. He didn't even get out of the fourth inning. He went 3 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 10 hits, had 8 earned runs against him, 2 strikeouts, a 6.97 ERA on the day. That was not good. That is not what we expect out of George Kirby. That's not what he expects of himself either. I think it's just a day. He just couldn't get in a rhythm, couldn't get in a groove, and the Guardians had a plan to attack him early and often, and they did, and it worked out for him. I don't imagine it's going to work that well too many times when teams try this. It was just an off day for Kirby, so hopefully he's able to flush that from his memory, and we should all too. Not much else of note to talk about. Voth came in for 2 1/3 innings. Thornton came in for 2 innings, and Rojas came in for the final inning to be a pitcher, and got through the inning. So, at least we saved some arms. We got an off day tomorrow, and Rojas going out there and pitching the final inning, should keep everybody fresh for starting the road series. If we look at the batters, what can I say? We're not going to go through every hitter because nobody really did anything of note. We obviously scored 0 runs. As a team, we had 8 strikeouts total. Again, we're striking out a lot as a team. Now, through the 7 games, 74 strikeouts. So that's over 10. That's over 10 strikeouts a game that we're averaging right now, and the team batting average is only 196. So sub 200 batting average as a team. This is not good. Just this was a horrible game in general. Like I said, the batting was bad, the pitching was bad, the defense. You got errors all across the field. You got Jorge Polanco and JP Crawford colliding. I saw the replay of this, so I didn't actually get to watch this game. I was at work. Thankfully, I have a job where I can listen to the radio at work, so I listened to the entire game. Then I've gone back and watched the replay now, and it's like, oh, why did that even happen in the first place? Like that did not seem like a ball and a play where that should have been something that happened. The whole team was just off today, and hopefully the whole team is going to flush this from their memory, move on, and just say, chuck it up to that's baseball. There are 162 of these games. Some of them get really wacky like that. I mean, again, I'm not freaking out too much at this point because we're only 7 games into the season. But hey, the defense, we expected it to go down, based off of the offseason moves that were made, and the offseason moves that were kind of forced by ownership, right? I mean, think about it. If ownership allowed the payroll that was originally thought was the plan, and was reported out there, and then it was reported, hey, nope, they're not going to be given that much actually. Just from what we understand, what it was supposed to be, or what they were, Dipoto and Hollander were originally told it was going to be, and how much less it is than that. That's the difference of keeping one player from the team last year. Whoever, whether that's Eugenio Suarez, who was playing really good defensive third base for you last year, or even if you're keeping Teoscar Hernandez, either way, you could have been making some of the moves that you made in this offseason while also keeping one of those players if you had that payroll that you were expecting. And that could be making a difference in how well defenses played behind these pitchers, because that's going to be a big part of what makes these pitchers good is the defense behind them, right? I mean, the Mariners, our home field, yeah, we got a great home field for pitchers in general. But then you want a good defense behind them to help them even more. And we sacrifice some of that to get more hitting, but again, that's not happening right now. 74 strikeouts for the team, 196 batting average as a team. Again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm freaking out because it's only 7 games in. We're 3-4. We did lose the first home stand of the season, but it just does feel too eerily similar to last year. We got a day off tomorrow. Then we start our first road series. Hopefully, everybody's going to get their head on straight. Service is going to talk to everybody and help them get their head on straight, and we will see some different results going forward. We want to see less strikeouts than we're seeing right now. We definitely want to see way better defense in the field than what we are seeing right now. Again, the pitching situation, I think that's just a wonky thing. Luis Castillo had one really bad outing. George Kirby's had one really bad outing, and I don't expect too many of those. It's just one of those things that it happens to every pitcher in baseball, once or twice a year, a handful of times a year. So it's not, I'm not like thinking all of a sudden, oh, George Kirby is no longer my favorite to, be the favorite guy on this team to win the Cy Young. No, George Kirby is still my guy. I still think he can be the guy on this team that goes on to win a Cy Young. Just one of those days where it was really bad. But let me know what you thought of this game. How are you feeling now after the first home stand for the Mariners? We get our first day off, so we're at a breaking point now. We're 3-4. How do you feel about that? At this point, are you freaking out or are you feeling a-okay? Are you feeling like, oh man, this season's over already? This is how this team is going to be, or are you just like, hey, you know what? We just had a couple of bad games for pitchers, and this day defensively was like especially bad. Not just a little worse like we expect it to be, but this was way worse. So maybe it's just one of those days. Let me know how you feel about that. Give me those comments. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. Make sure you, if you're listening on podcast version, hit the follow button and subscribe button, and then leave a 5-star rating and a written review because that all helps the show grow. And yeah, that's it for this one. So thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you'll see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.